Come on. Come on. Come on in here. Come on in here. Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning. We're going to get this thing off the ground fast. Cheryl Pinson, good morning. Where have you been? Good morning. Out here taking my walk as usual. It's 10 o'clock. That's how I get it in. That's how I keep the core tight. You gotta keep that core tight, folks. See, you gotta understand something. There was a lady named Christian Northrup who said, getting older is inevitable, but aging is optional. I'm not aging, baby. I'm keeping it tight. Good to see Brother Marcus Brooks, Denise George, Nisa Carey, Brother Henderson Long, Leslie White. Thank you guys for coming in. We about to fire this thing up, man. Y'all ready? Here we go. If it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. Good to see you guys. Diane Rozier, always a pleasure. Joe Quinn, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Quick announcement real quick. I want you guys to visit 2 Facebook pages and 2 websites. Okay? The first page is Jay Lee Speaks. Visit that page and like it. The second page, visit WAN Global LLC. Like that page. Good morning, Brother Fred Childress. Like both of those pages. Now, the websites is both of those pages as well. Just like you type in Jay Lee Speaks for Facebook, just go to jayleespeaks.com for the website. There you can subscribe to our emails. We don't spam you. We don't send out a bunch of emails. We just send out what is important for you to know. All right, so make sure you subscribe to that at jayleespeaks.com. And for WAN Global LLC, just go wangloballlc.com. Good morning, Brother Lionel Cox. Matter of fact, I just spoke about WAN Global. Brother Lionel Cox is the CFO of WAN Global. Ha! So we firing this thing up. We about to fire this thing up. The Wealth Summit Tours is shaping up to start kickoff in 2018 in January. We're kicking it off with the 2018 Tampa Bay Wealth Summit featuring Brian Tracy. So folks, you better be ready because it's going to go down. So make sure you visit those 2 Facebook pages and those 2 websites. All right. And I also want to give a shout out to those who always share my videos. They've always been supportive. I want to thank them. And that is Denise George, Diane Rozier, Nisa Harper shares. Brother Ron Smith has been coming back around. Always a pleasure for Ron. Antoine Watt shares. Leslie White shares. Thank you very much for sharing. If I missed you, please put in the comments, say, hey Jay, I shares too. And I don't mean to forget about you, but we just want to try to keep the time short so everybody can get back to what they're doing. It's about to go down. Yes, sir, Brother Lionel. Now, listen, folks. I also, before we really get started, I have some amazing news for you. Amazing news. Y'all ready for this? Here we go. You guys asked and I delivered. I don't know if you guys remember, but you guys asked and I delivered. Last week, I told you guys if you wanted James Arthur Ray on my Monday Motivational Power Talk, I wanted you to type in the comments, bring on James Arthur Ray, and you guys did. Well, guess what? November the 13th, 9 p.m., Facebook Live with James Arthur Ray on my Monday Motivational Power Talk. So listen, we're going to talk about wealth. Now this is what you got to do, folks. This is what you got to do. You have to inbox me. I'm only taking one question each because it's going to be a lot of people on that watching that live feed. So one question from each of you for James Arthur Ray. And I will write those questions down and I will have those questions answered for you November the 13th at 9 p.m. as we will be live with James Arthur Ray. Y'all not ready? See, y'all folks ask me for stuff. I delivers, man. I delivers. Come on, people. When have I not delivered? Right? Now, with that being said, let's go on to today's topic. Today I want to talk about change creates enemies. Good morning, Jocelyn Price. That's my cousin right there. Listen, folks, change creates enemies. Right? Now, here's the thing. When you change, it's because you feel the need or you see that you need to change. Right? We still working with Brian Tracy. We'll get there, Diane. We'll have him soon. When you change, generally the people in your circle, the people that you've been around all the time, guess what happens? They don't change. So when you all of a sudden make a change in your life, you make a shift, you make a paradigm shift, those people are mad at you simply because they think that you all of a sudden think you're better than them. Or they think that you just don't want to be around them anymore. But that's not it. You have a focus to go in another direction or go to another level. If they don't want that level in their life, if they don't want to go to a different level in their lives, guess what happens? It's not going to benefit you to be in that circle. So you'll start to hear people say things like, oh, they think they doing this and they think they doing that because this and that and the other. I've received those same daggers thrown at me, folks. People have said it to me. People have said it when I'm not around. It doesn't matter. It's been said anyway. But listen to me, folks. As a matter of fact, one person said, oh, you changed because you found success. They actually told me that. Donna Watts, good morning. See, they actually told me that. You changed because you found some success. And I said, bro, you got it backwards, man. I said, I found success because I changed. Kosi, good morning. Kosi Cloud, good morning. You see, folks, this is when you know people are jealous. They become your enemy. They want to see you fail. Because when you succeed, they want to try to bring up your past. Oh, I remember when you was broke. I remember when you was one person told me, I remember when DC wasn't good to you. I said, but you know what? I remember too. But guess what? That is the story in my testimony. I said, do you think you can tell that story better than I can? Yolanda Butler, good morning. See, folks, when people want to try to bring up your past, this is what you say to them. Well, I'm glad you're still holding on to my past. Let me know how it's working for you, because it ain't worked well for me. Come on, man. See, when you people want to try to bring up your past, that's what you say to them. Say, well, I see you still holding on to my past. Let me know how it's working for you, because it ain't worked well for me. That shuts down the conversation. Folks, put this in the comments. If you raise the bar, you will lose the losers. If you lower the bar, you will lose the winners. You see, you got to determine who you want in your life, who you want in your circle. You see, when you create a new circle, your old circle is going to become your enemies. Well, they're not going to become yours, but you'll become theirs. See, you don't have to make them enemies because they made you an enemy to them. No. You see, when you have two enemies fighting, that's called war. You don't go to war with people, folks. You go to war with your circumstance by making yourself better. Right? Don't worry about war with your enemies or people who made you their enemies. When you have war, people die. So stay out of the war. Let them be at war by themselves. They'll soon die due to the stress, the miserable life they live in, the things that's going on, the things that they're doing to themselves in their lives simply because they put too much focus on other people who are living their dream while they are too busy not living theirs. So never mind who the enemy is. If you had to leave a circle, you had to leave a circle in good intentions. See, you left it in good intentions. Dr. Dennis Kimbrough said if you're the smartest person in your circle, then you need to find a new circle. Now, he didn't necessarily say the smartest person in terms of how many degrees you have. See, the smartest thing in the world is change, folks. When you want to change, then you change. That's the most intelligent idea any human being can have. You see? So you have to determine who you want in your life, who you want in your circle, what types of people you want to build relationships with, right? And what happens is, regardless of the answer, it still calls for change. You see, folks, your life don't get better by chance. It gets better by change. And in order for you to change, you have to be willing to leave people behind. Here's the inconvenient truth. This is an inconvenient truth I'm going to share with you. Many people you may have to leave behind may be your own relatives. See, I don't believe in just because you have a title of being a relative that you should be just treated differently. No. Because to me, relations, blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. You see? Blood makes you related, but loyalty makes you family. So just because you have a title doesn't mean that you can't be a toxic person in my life or a toxic person in my circle. I can love you all day. but I have to love you someplace else because I'm making changes in my life. And guess what happens, folks? I'm constantly making change because every time technology change, every time the economy change, I have to change. And guess how often that change have to take place? Daily. That's why we have to keep studying. We have to keep reading. See, good sources that you can look up is Gallup. Look up Gallup, Gallup. Get information off Gallup. Get some information from Bloomberg. Get information from Forbes. Go to the Business Journal. Every state and city have their own business journal. Is connected to all the business journals. You have the Tampa Bay journals, you have the Washington D.C. business journals, the Detroit business journal. Whatever city you're in, you can go to different cities online and visit their business journals and learn about that city. If you're considering moving or relocating, learn about that city. Go to the business journal. They talk about the economy all the time. Everything changed, folks. The only thing that ever stays the same is change. You see, folks, the only thing that ever stays the same is change. And as you change, change is not easy. In the physical world, in the spiritual world, all you have to do is just think of the change that you want and executing it. And once you execute it, that's where you start to find all of your struggles. Because it's going to call for you to separate from certain people. Dr. Dennis Kimbro also said, if you're hanging around 9 broke people, eventually you'll be number 10. Remember when I said before, millionaires are created in layers. If you see a person become a millionaire, find out what network group they're in, and you will find that they're not the only one who became a millionaire. They're probably the most popular. There are other individuals in that networking group who became millionaires. Tyler Perry did not become a millionaire by himself. See, his networking group consisted of people who were in his plays. Spike Lee didn't become a millionaire by himself. His network consisted of people in his network who were actors in his plays, then his movies. Russell Simmons, he had a network of rappers. Then he had a network of comedians. Majority of the comedians today come from Def Comedy Jam. See, that was a huge network. And guess what, folks? It should not be easy for people to come into your network. It should not be easy for people to come into your circle. If you made a hardcore change in your life to make your life better, then why should it be easy for people to come into that lifestyle of yours, to come into your circle? It should be extremely hard for people to get in your circle when you work full time on yourself to make yourself better, to increase your standard of living. Come on, folks, am I making sense here? So that's why change creates enemies. Because when you had to change, the people that you used to hang out with, they can't come into that new circle of yours. Otherwise, you ain't do nothing but a lateral movement. Right? So here's the key, folks. Because we know that change creates enemies, here's one key point, and the only key point. Do not make the people your enemy who made you theirs. Because when you do that, then you both are sharing the same karma. Woo. Y'all not hearing me. Shannon Fitz, good morning. Brother Akun, good morning. Y'all didn't hear me. Here's one key point. I'm going to say it again. Because we know that change creates enemies. The key point is, do not make those your enemy who made you theirs. If you do, then you both will share the same karma. That's how the universe works. It attracts the vibrations and it matches it with like energy. So if someone want to make you their enemy, you don't need to make them yours. Still operate in good character and integrity. What is integrity? What is integrity? That's important. We got to know what integrity is. Let's go to the word integer. I learned this from a guy named Chris Widener. The word integer in mathematic terms means what? It means whole number. So integrity and integer both come from the same root. So integrity means you have to act as a whole. You can't treat anybody any differently. You have to, that's integrity. And what is good character? Good character is being your best, even when you don't know people are watching you. So if you have integrity and good character, then you should have no enemies. Now, I didn't say that you were someone else's enemy, but you should not have any enemies. Hope this is very helpful to you guys. Listen to me. You have all the tools from birth to accomplish anything you want in your life. But you got to know that it calls for change. And as it calls for change, you're going to be people's enemy. Practically old friends. The old friends are going to get mad and they're going to want to remind you of your past. And you simply tell them, I see that you're still holding on to my past. How's it working out for you? Because it didn't work out for me. That's why I changed. So folks, share this video. Those of you who came in a little later, please watch it again and share it. Hope this is very helpful. If this is helpful, please type in the comments, this was helpful. And I hope you're applying this to your life, folks. Very important. So share the video, folks. I gave an earlier shout out to those who always share, but I really appreciate it. And I thank you guys for coming in today, stopping through and chatting with me. With that being said, I want you to do me one last huge favor, and that is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings, ladies and gentlemen. Have a marvelous day.